Hey everybody. So I'm doing something different this week. This is going to be the energy forecast for the month of March 2026. I channeled 3 energy themes for the coming month, and I did it beforehand because this type of reading takes me a lot longer. And so I just took the transcript of what I recorded and I printed it out, and I'm just gonna read it to you, okay? So energy themes for March 2026. The first one that came through is about letting go. And this could actually look like getting rid of physical things. It could look like selling things, decluttering your space, and identifying things in your life that you don't need anymore, that you're ready to move out and pass on. And the reason that we're being asked to do this is because many of us are holding on to things we don't need right now. Physical objects being the most tangible and obvious, but we're holding on to things that represent a version of ourselves that we've actually grown out of. Even if you've decluttered in the last 6 months, it's probably still relevant because we've stepped into a complete new version of who we are in this lifetime since then. These objects in our space are actually just representations of versions of ourselves that we no longer are. So not only does this make space in your life for new energy to come in, it also allows the things that you don't need in your space anymore to match with those people that are a good fit for them now. So it's a win-win. I heard that decluttering, removing things from our physical space is often an activation point for digging deeper into other parts of our lives that might need investigation, that might also need some kind of removal or clearing. So intangible parts of our lives that we might need to let go. Okay, the second theme for March is don't believe everything you hear. The world is very, very, very loud right now, and everybody has an opinion about what's going on. So we're being asked to intentionally remove ourselves from the barrage of information and opinions periodically and check in with ourselves and ask ourselves what is true. What is true for me right here, right now, in the present moment? And this allows us to get a much better read on where we actually are in the moment versus where everyone else is telling us we should be. Your guides are trying to speak to you right now, but there's this blockade that is this cacophony, the barrage of horrors, which is why they're asking you to periodically step away from it. Give yourself some time to really check in with how you are in the moment. Our guides have messages for us, they have guidance for us, they have help for us. But we have to tune into that inner wisdom and that inner trust, the inner knowing that says, I can receive guidance and information from something outside of the sources that are being handed to me. I can receive it from my body, my emotional state. I can receive it from the earth. I can receive it from my ancestors. I can receive it from my higher self and my guides. So if you pay too close of attention to the greater barrage of information, we're being led to believe that we're helpless and that there's too much evil. There's too much going on for us to possibly be able to change any of it, that the momentum is moving in a direction that is just way too dreadful for us to be able to help it. And what I heard is that the opposite is true. Oftentimes we're handed something that is actually the opposite of the truth. We're being manipulated to believe that the opposite of what is possible is what is probable. And so we're just being reminded that there is a wave of revolutionary energy that is actually sweeping across the planet, and that people are being lit up everywhere and are being galvanized in incredibly potent ways right now. We can't see it yet, but it's happening. So don't believe everything you hear, okay? And the last energy theme is recalibrating momentum. So the way that I'm being shown this is that many of us here have set our momentum in a certain direction. And maybe we've put a lot of work in, time in, effort, money, resources. Maybe we feel beholden to something that we've invested in somehow. And so there's momentum behind it that has kind of been drawing us forward on a certain path. And what I'm hearing is that you might find that your momentum shifts this month. You might find that you got to a certain point in this project or this idea or this relationship, whatever it is, and then something about it just doesn't feel right anymore. it just doesn't feel the way that it felt when you started, or it doesn't feel how you thought it would feel when you got to this point, and something's changed. And our guides are saying, don't be afraid to change directions. Don't be afraid to change the plan. Just because you started something and you've invested something in it doesn't mean that you have to see it through to the end. This is the energy of being okay with quitting something. It's okay to walk away, and nothing is actually lost here, because the experience was worth whatever you put into it, even if you aren't going to see it to the finish line. There's been such profound energy shifts on our planet and in the collective consciousness recently that if you started this even a few months ago, you might already feel differently about it. And that's normal. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. I think you're going to be better off just being really honest with yourself about whether or not it's a fit for who you are now. And if the answer is no, then it's okay to move forward towards something that does feel like it's in alignment for you. The month of March might feel like head spinning energy because of the way things are moving and changing so rapidly in your own life and in the world in general. And so remembering to come back to those quiet moments where you are really anchoring into your body and your own experiences and your inner wisdom to really care for yourself in increasingly necessary ways right now is so important. You can care deeply about what is going on in the world without flooding yourself constantly with negative information. Both of these things can exist at the same time. You can care deeply. You can want to engage and be an activist in all of these things while also still taking care of yourself. If you follow these suggestions around clearing out your space, not believing everything you hear, and recalibrating your momentum, our guides are saying that you may find that the space it's created there helps open you up to new ideas and direction that are a better fit for who you are now. All right, everybody, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Thank you for listening. I hope that you find that helpful for March, and I'll see you soon.